All right, so let's talk about the number one thing that most traders fail at when it comes to trying to understand which way to trade. All right, a lot of you probably have been following the channel for some time, know what I'm getting ready to say, and that is market structure. Guys, I keep reiterating, emphasizing, placing as much importance on market structure as possible. If you are struggling and you really want to make a career out of day trading, okay, you're going to want to watch this video because maybe you're someone that is struggling and understanding how to read structure as a whole. Okay, yes, price action is one thing, but you got to start with the simple concept of understanding higher highs and higher lows if you really want to make money in 2025. If this is the year in which you are starting to trade futures, whether it's the NASDAQ, the ES, gold, GC, for example, whatever it is that you're interested in trading, whatever the contract or instrument you are interested in starting out in, you have to understand how to read that market the correct way. I've covered content around this same idea or discussion multiple times, and I'm a type of person that likes to reiterate things because we learn at different curves and different paces, and maybe you're a beginner and someone that's first time watching this and you're trying to figure out, you heard about market structure and you're trying to figure out what's it all about. How do I, what am I looking for? What am I trying to understand so that you can take, the right trade setups, right? So I trade a simple strategy, which I talk about in most all videos here on the channel, and I really kind of break things down. And I'm going to at the end, towards the end of the video, so that's why I'm saying watch the video in its entirety, because you may be interested in something else that I'm going to discuss towards the end of the video that may help you further down the road. And a lot of you probably already know what I'm going to say, but let's go ahead and kind of get started in showing you what you need to kind of grasp first and foremost when it comes to structure. Okay, again, if you want to make a career out of this and you're someone that's unsuccessful at this point, or maybe you're kind of break even and you're really trying to open the door to try to figure out where to start it, pay attention, okay? Because I'm going to show you just over the last few days what took place. And I don't, I'm trying to curve the edge of a lot of people, or curve the way where people are finding it difficult to be able to trade, because I know that, yeah, it's easy to trade when the market is trending in one direction, right? Because you can look for pullbacks to key areas of demand, areas where aggressive buying takes place, or if it's trending hard to the downside and you're breaking multiple areas of structure and you're just looking for pullbacks to go short, right? But when the market sets itself up to where you have like a low, a high, so you got a major low and a major high, and then this kind of activity happens right here where we're playing in between the middle of a leg, that's where most people get chopped up and they lose, they get stopped out. They get lucky a few times, and then they get back into the market, and then they start trading again and they start losing. Let me say this all also before I really get started. I've been noticing a lot of people over on our community, the Discord, and if you're interested in joining, the link is down in the link of the description portion of the video. It's free to join. Noticing people like taking crazy amounts of trades. I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a lot of trades. If you spend more time placing emphasis on and sitting on your hands and waiting patiently for the right setups, the highest probability setups, and being more logical about things, okay? And you're going to find yourself to a means of profitability at a faster pace than you could ever think so. Because I know I was there when I first started trading. I was taking everything in under the sun that made sense, that looked right, that was appetizing. I would jump in and jump out of it real quick, and be taking multiple trade setups like that. Not today. I've learned to be patient and wait for the best setups, because not every setup may look like it's a good setup, but then again, if you really go back and look at structure as a whole, you say, oh, that wasn't a good setup. All right, I should have waited for this trade, this demand zone or this supply zone instead. So please do yourself the biggest favor and have a level of patience. And if you are struggling with that, that's something that you're going to have to really understand and grasp, especially when it comes to trading futures. If not, you are going to find yourself in a vicious cycle to where one day you're making money, or one day you're in simulation and demo and you feel like you got it, and the next day you're losing. that's what people like to start pointing fingers. I'll just say that now because it's like, oh, I get it. Now I don't. Then I get it again. Now I don't. It's a cycle. Again, you're going to find consistency if you simply wait. That's why I talk about a max of 1 or 2 trade setups a day and then be done with it. Okay. So anyways, I'm ranting. I know I am, but just let me show you this right quick, because this is very important. And anyone who's wanting to understand the strategy is very simple. It's not complex. Please, there's a link down below. Okay. Right below the Discord link, it's titled Elite Channel Supporter. That's where I break down my trade setups. I'll be breaking the trades that I took down today and post it to our Discord community, to that private community. Okay, it's only $6.99. It could change the way you look at things. It could change the way you view. It could change your whole mentality about trading as a whole, because I go into detail and I'll walk you through step by step on my mind thought, the process of what I was thinking when I took these trades, so you can look for the same type of setups. Where to place your stop loss, where to place your profit target, talking about structure. All right, so let's talk about this right quick. I painted this picture here 1,000,000 times over. Let's say, let's do this first, okay? Let's look at it the other way around. Let's say we have this low here, and the market starts to move to the upside. I'm just going to blow this up a little bit. Hopefully you can see it. It starts to make higher highs and higher lows to the upside. Well, as it starts to take out structure to the left-hand side, coming off this low right here, okay? This is the major low, and once we start breaking structure to the upside, then we are creating what's going to be called major highs to the upside, okay? All right, so this would be a major high, and when the market starts taking structure out to the left, as it's creating major higher highs and higher lows to the upside here, every time that it makes and breaks structure to the upside and makes a new high, that's going to be the most recent major high, okay? And what you're going to have is where you have a major low. Let's say you push up here, you pull back, we break structure here, we take out this high here, and it makes a new high here. Well, that's going to be a new high, okay? Pulls back, pushes up, takes out structure here, and even here, now we got a new high. So that's a new major high. Every time we are taking out the most recent high and pushing higher, then that's going to be the most recent or major high, okay? So now, as you can see, it made yesterday's trading session, not yesterday, this is actually the 4th, excuse me, a low here, and it made this major high up here. So we're in between something here. When it comes down and makes this low right here, you got to understand, yes, it's starting to break structure coming back down, but these are minor areas of structure below these boxes here that I placed there. These boxes are representation of trades that of demand zones, okay, because we're breaking structure higher. But what I'm trying to say is, when the market comes back down and starts breaking and taking out structure below, we're breaking minor areas of structure. Always keep in mind the most recent major high, the most recent major low. This is your major low from this move to the upside. And then you have this major high resting right here. So when we start re-breaking structure to the downside, can we look for shorts? Yes, we can look for shorts just as long as we're not breaking or re-breaking structure back to the upside, to where we start to attempt to maybe come back and test this high again. Just like right here. We came down, broke structure here, made this low here. Okay, after making this low, lower high, lower low, breaking structure here. But then it turns back around and starts making these small little higher highs and higher lows, and we break above this area here, the structure here, right? So where we were once bullish, now we're bearish, now we're back to bullish partially, or could be for a short period of time. But still, you have to understand these structure breaks every time the market pivots and turns could put you back into a new direction. Coming down, breaking structure, we're back, we can look for opportunities to go short until we start breaking structure back to the upside. Yes, it could be a vicious cycle for a while, because it could be push down, looking for bearish opportunity, push up, looking for bullish opportunity, right? But that's because we're in between a major low and a major high right here. So that's why I talk about a lot of times, well, if you can't really read what's going on in between, then wait for either to take out the major high and take out a major low right here. So as you can see, it comes up, re-break structure back to the upside, and then comes back down. And what does it do? Take out this low here. So if it takes this low here out right here, then we have basically a break of structure to the downside, because it's taking out the low here as it came down here. So you can look for some area to take a pullback going short, right? So it made a low here, pullback, broke more structure below this area here and over here. So maybe you can look for a pullback area to go short, right? Well, in this case here, it didn't give us an opportunity on a pullback to go short. Actually, what it did was go back and take out structure above here. So maybe at this point here, okay, we were bearish. Now we're back to slightly bullish because we're breaking minor areas of structure Keep in mind, major high, major low, we're still in between something, but the market can shift in between. So we re-break structure back to the upside, take out a high right here. This is a beautiful area of demand, pulling back, aggressive buying, look for the opportunity to go long right here, okay? Go long maybe, take it back up, going back up, and then it comes back down. Now, keep in mind, this is a low right here, comes back down and breaks structure below this area right here. All right, you see that? And then the market starts pushing back to the upside right here. Yeah, there probably was, maybe you were looking for an opportunity to go, maybe coming short off of here, or possibly up in here. You got to understand that, this is a supply area, but this is a supply area back up in here as well. But you got to pay attention to price action as the market is moving higher, because right here wouldn't have been the best opportunity because you have gaps above to where the market want to kind of seek out. And that's what it did. Rejected a little bit and came up here and tested this area here. But if you notice what happened when it came up here, there's a small little area where the market broke structure to test this area. So you got to be careful that in this little area right here, the market can hold up at. And that's what it did, and continue pushing to the upside. Doing what? Re-breaking structure to the upside, taking out highs here, highs here, highs here, okay? And then eventually taking out highs up here. Again, we're still keeping in mind and focus, major high, major low resting right here, and we're still in between this leg right here, okay? So the market does what? It goes back up. And then as it's taking out structure going to the upside, meaning making highs, higher lows, highs, higher lows, you see that there? Okay? And then pushes up. When it made this high right here and pulled back and then broke higher, making aggressive selling to the upside, it took out structure right here. So then look for a pullback right here, because this is a valid demand zone, all right, to actually look for opportunity to go long. Now, these opportunities, which I'm talking about, I'm not saying take them directly off the 120 range chart. That's your higher base chart. I mark up my zones first. Like if I was interested in taking a trade right here, I would mark this up on my 120. And then I will go down to my entry chart, because I trade range based charts. I'm using a 24 range chart as my entry chart. So I'll mark up the higher base zone, and then once I see the structure break, okay, and we got aggressive, and this is a demand zone, wait for the pullback to come to this area. All right, but I'm going to move down to my lower base chart to wait to see if it's going, once it taps the zone here, is there a smaller demand zone, meaning a 24 range demand zone resting on the inside of this 120 range demand zone, because I want to be in sync and moving in direction with the higher base chart, which is the 120 on the 24 range chart. So hopefully that makes sense. As you can see, it comes down. I'm sure there's probably something right here on the inside. And meaning on the 24 range chart, rejects, reacts at it, and then it goes to the upside here. Again, why? Because we made a high, higher low, we broke structure here, took out this high right here, came back, demand area. It's going to seek for higher areas, as it does. And it goes up, takes out this area right here, and it runs this area right here up to the upside. So that's typically what I'm looking for. So it's, if you look at it, maybe if I draw a quick diagram, what you're really trying to see is the market, just making runs to the upside. If we're bullish, it's going to do this right here, okay? In each one of these areas, making higher highs and higher lows, there could be demand areas like resting right here. There could be a demand resting right here, all right? And then let's say this makes a final ascend to the upside, okay? Pulls back. This could be a demand area here. So each one of these areas could be demand. I'll just quickly kind of mark it up real quick, not to take too much time up. But these could be demand areas, okay? On the pullbacks, each time it takes out and breaks structure, or takes out a high to the upside. Now, the pivotal point where you're going to have a shift in trend could be where it starts to do something like this, as I showed you a minute ago, actually on the chart, to where it makes a low. All right, at this point, we don't know if it's going to continue lower or not. It can come up here and take out this high right here. But let's say it makes a low, then falls up, makes a lower high. At that point, I'm starting to think, okay, maybe they're going to want to push higher. Push lower now. Then they come down. They take out this low here, which is probably breaking a bit of structure, but they definitely take out this area of structure right here. So I'd be looking for a pullback to some area maybe here to go short, because when we were bullish, now we're back, we're coming down bearish to the downside. This would be a pullback to go short. All right, so let's say, now we're interested in looking for opportunities to go short. This would be a supply area right here. Maybe we caught that supply coming back down. It comes back down, takes out the low, maybe breaks some more structure to the downside, takes out structure over here. I could look for pullback, some area of supply to go short again. And they'll say they come back, test this low, but they don't break this area here or take out more structure to the downside. But yet they make now a high, followed up with a higher low to push higher, take out structure above here, but also taking out structure right here. Keeping in mind, this is your major high right here. This was your major low. Same thing I just showed below. And now that we are where we were once bullish, now we were bearish, now we're back bullish, coming back up here to test this high right here. And maybe we actually break that high right here, okay? That high, that's a major high. At this point, we're looking for what? Pullbacks to do what? To go long at a key area of demand in which we can go long. So that's all I'm telling you to do is really to pay attention to structure. That is the key. If you can master that, then you will have no problem identifying those pivotal times or pivotal points really quick when the market is looks like it's going to the upside and they come in and breaking structure down. And then you go switch from bullish to bearish. Then it's going back up from bearish back to bullish. You'll have no problem, really shifting your mind quickly to, start to look for, instead of looking for demands, looking for supplies, or looking for supplies, now looking for demands, if that makes sense, and hopefully that does. But I wanted to share that with you. Now, again, the strategy is not complex. It's just a matter of figuring out market structure. And then once you do that, again, like I said, you figure out the direction, what you need to trade. Then look, all right, we're back bullish here. We pull back. This is demand. All right, I'm going to mark up that on my higher base chart, my 120, then move down to my lower base chart to see if I can find a 24 range demand zone resting on the 120 range higher base demand zone, okay? And that's why I talk about a lot in the trade breakdowns that I post from the trade entries that I make on and post trades that I take and post on the Discord. I break them down, so I try to make it as simple as possible to where you can grasp and understand why I'm taking these trades. Again, so that's why I say anyone who's interested in becoming an elite channel supporter, again, I can't guarantee anything because you may not ever see it the way I see it, and hopefully you do, because we have had plenty of successful people that have found their way through the strategy and are profitable and making money. Some are still with the Discord, some aren't. I don't expect everybody to stay around forever, but all you're doing is by basically subscribing and becoming an elite channel supporter. You support my efforts as not only as a trader, but as a content creator, in which I'm giving back something to help you out. And it's only $6.99. All right, a lot of you probably spend more than that on coffee a week, breakfast sandwich or whatever it may be. Think about something that could be for a very small amount of money, just pennies on a dollar on a day, for $6.99 a month, that could change the way or your outlook, especially if you're interested in trading, that could change your life as a whole. All right. So again, the link is down below for anyone that's interested, but I just want to show you the power of understanding market structure, the power of in which you can have control and destiny of your own career when it comes to trading futures and making money in 2025. That's all I want to share. Now, if you aren't a current subscriber, guys, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking the subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn your post notifications on by clicking that bell so that you don't miss any of the uploaded content. And last but not least, you see that thumbs up button right now before you click off the video. If you could do me the biggest favor, click that like button, that thumbs up button, because what that does is it helps the video content that I publish and post here on YouTube, okay, get out into the algorithm and get out to where it needs to go, to people that are really trying to find their way in trading and in grasping and understanding surrounding market structure. So clicking that like button not only helps you, of course, because you'll continue receiving the posted video content, but you'll also be helping other individuals out that are trying to acquire information, which I'm talking about today. All right, share it with your friends. The share button right there. Share it with your community, your social media outlets, whatever it may be. If you know anyone, family or friend, that's interested in understanding a simple concept, here it is. I can share. Spend some time watching the video content, and I can't say again 100% assure or guarantee that everyone's going to catch it, but spend some time on a pen and pad, take the mental notes, start back testing and demo and simulation yourself, and slowly things will come together. You may catch on within less than 30 days. Some may take 6 months. Everybody's curve is different. So I just want to put that out there, but I appreciate everyone that continues to watch the video and show me, that just really show me some interest, that you're really interested in the content. But that's all I have. Appreciate it. Take care, and I'll see everyone in the next one.